Hey guys. Okay, so sorry. Okay. I have bronchitis. Sorry, I left people hanging. When did I post this? Well, my message or status. Oh, I'm all over the place. Either way, sorry I left you guys hanging. I do have bronchitis. Like I said, I got I got people sending me shit. Whatever. Um, what is today? September. Oh, it's September 11th. Oh my God. Okay, so it's September 11th. It's it's 5:07 p.m. There's no the air conditioning doesn't work up here. Downstairs. Okay, this is some crazy shit happening right now. I'm not kidding. See, at my dad's house. Well, mom's, but dad's house. Stay here off and on. Either way. Um, the art room, like my mom's art room that I would do the videos in. Well, there was possums that got in like the attic or something and like chewed on the wire and like fucked up the lighting in that room and then like in the hallway and some other room. But before that, the air conditioning unit went out, but it's like only for upstairs. So and all of the rooms are up here, and then my dad's rooms, those are only downstairs. So I am like really friggin' sweating right now, just telling people. So if you see me sweating, that's why. it's there's just been a lot of craziness happening. And I have like so much I want to say about like for this video, so much. And then my hair is going down. So either way, I was also going to say, oh yeah, there was something about I heard, I don't know why, but there was someone who who stood up for me. So whoever that was, thank you. I appreciate that. I people understand. I feel way more energies right now than I am normally have. And so I can hear almost hear what other people are thinking or saying. So yeah. I think the other one too, something about smoking because oh yeah, because I have my inhaler. Sorry, I'm like that's so gross. I have my inhaler my last video, and I said something about smoking. And then somebody, I don't know why, but I'm gonna address it. I don't smoke. I used to smoke cigarettes. Not very long though. What year was this? 2015? Yeah, so 2015. I used to smoke Marlboro Reds. Yeah. And I smoked for a little bit, I would say 6 months. And then I stopped and I haven't picked up a cigarette since. So, yeah, I don't know. I just had to trust that because I don't know. It was what popped in my head. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to address this and that's it. So, oh man, what am I going to start out with? Because this is like, it entails with everything that's happened in the last, what, 3 days? And by the way, this is a smoky quartz. This helps with negative energies or negative entities that want to come through or try to come through. I'm holding it because to help me like think. So I just don't know how I want to come out like with all of this. I'm just gonna fucking whatever. Man, it's a lot. And so, mm, okay. Okay, so let's just talk about this first. Since people want to like think I'm a witch or deal with the dark or whatever, like I said, it's crazy, but you want to believe that, God bless you. You believe that if you want to believe that. But that's just funny to me. I got sent, was it 2 days ago? About they so my team was like, you're playing with the big boys now. And if anybody has watched The Prince of Egypt, if okay, The Prince of Egypt used to be one of my favorite movies when I was a child. And plus the book of like the story of Moses was always my favorite story in the Bible. Uh Many reasons why Moses was, you know, favorite story in the Bible. I'm gonna explain because okay, so I don't really give a fuck. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I don't give a fuck if I'm not telling the story correctly for some people. I'm telling the story of how within the movie. I understand that the story does not line correctly all the way as in the movie. And whatever. It's still the same premise. Okay? And if you don't believe in the Bible and all of that, I don't, once again, I'm not making you believe in it. I'm not forcing you to. Good for you. I mean, you can take the story, not take it, do whatever you want to do with it. I don't really care. I'm just explaining what's been sent to me. That's it. Okay. So, Prince of Egypt, one of my favorite movies as a child. And also the music in Prince of Egypt is fantastic. I still love it to this day, by the way, still love it. So if you have not seen it, I know, and you're not a religious person, only thing I could say to this is even if you're not a religious person, you're spiritual, I still recommend to watch it. To it's such a good movie. Okay, so anyways, Moses. Okay. We all know that Moses was put in a basket, went through the river, lands, Pharaoh's, you know, house, whatever you want to call it. And so he grows up with Ramesses and basically lives a life of pretty much luxury and not knowing, you know, slavery and all of that. And it wasn't until Zipporah comes in the picture. Okay. So Zipporah comes in and they try to like make a mockery out of her, kind of like make fun of her. And then they try to like have her lay in bed with Moses, and Moses, later on goes up there and she's gone because, Zipporah's a badass. She's what I would consider, she just, yeah. And, it's also like maybe people don't know this, but I always said if I ever had a daughter, I always wanted to name her Zipporah, just because I love the name, and like she's just a strong woman. Like, anyways, so Moses finds out she got away, so he goes and follows her. So when he goes and follows her, he runs into his sister Miriam and his brother, his older brother Aaron. I think pretty sure it's Aaron. And you know, she tells him like, "Hey, like you're our brother," and he doesn't believe her. And then she sings a song that his mother used to sing when he was a baby, and then it was just like that's when it's what I would call a tower moment in someone's life. There's that shock tower moment of what the fuck. And he runs back to the castle or whatever you want to call it, pyramids, and he finds out the truth that he is not actually from that family, that he was a baby that came and washed up. And so this is when, Moses is like questioning everything. It's kind of like an awakening, right? So questioning. And then it was, what is it? He goes out, something with Ramesses, and there was a slave being beaten, and it bothered Moses enough to, try to stop it, but ends up killing the guy who was beating the slave. And instead of dealing with what was happening inside of him, because he was dealing with finding out that he was not really royalty, but now he's questioning everything, then he just killed a man. And so what does he do? He runs away. Okay. So this is where I got more of a message about Moses running away. Okay. Moses ran away. And then I got like a message of, okay, how many people have things happen in their life or that make them really uncomfortable and they run away and they think that's going to solve the problem? It doesn't. But not only that, you can run away, but you can't hide. And whether or not you're ready for something, God, the universe has a say if you're ready or not. Okay. So he's running away, but what does God do? He sends him straight to Zipporah and where her community's at, her father. Is it Jethro? And yeah, she's a little like, detached, cold from him. But either way, nonetheless, God brings Moses straight to Zipporah. And not only that, if okay, if you have not heard the song through heaven's eyes, please just, even if you're not religious, please go listen to that song. It is such a literally, I love that song when I was a child, but now listening to it, I just listened to it the other day, listening to it like through everything I've gone through and now it was just like literally made me cry. Like it was, yes, it's just that's it. That's it right there. So also, if you want to listen to that, go ahead. And also throughout that song, Moses and Zipporah get closer, and it's just like one of those things like they knew they're like just got hit that got married. And what's funny about all of this is I've loved this movie so much when I was a child, like when I was a girl. I have Nicole, my best friend, to attest to this. I've always told her that I wanted a wedding in Egypt because I wanted it like I'm not kidding. Like in the movie how that was. I was like, oh, that was so beautiful because she's like, why Egypt? It's like, why Egypt? I was like, because it just that whole story is just beautiful. And she's just like, she can attest to this still that yeah. But either way, he becomes a shepherd boy. So, they don't have much with that community that they were at. So he just became the shepherd boy and, tending to sheep. And there's the whole saying in the Bible as like, we are all sheep. And if one of us strays, that's when God or that's when universe or spirit comes after us. Because if we stray off our path, they're like, what are you doing? I mean, but anyways, but sometimes, but sometimes we have to get taken away from the pack to go into a new direction. So this sheep goes off into some like cave. So Moses is like, oh my God, okay. He goes in the cave and if anybody hasn't watched this movie, or if I can like give it to anybody to watch that scene of the bush on fire, because that's supposed to be God speaking to Moses, right? And that scene, okay, if I could tell people what it's like to feel connection with God and like connection with spirit and connection in general, that scene right there. I am a hundred, like over 1,000%. It's like that. It's it's like that. And that scene is in that movie is just is powerful scene. And that's what it feels like. If people don't know, or if your guys are just learning, and I'm telling you, that's what it feels like. It's like this, it's just like this knowing, but like pure love and light. Like, that it's not like, they're there. You're not alone. But also, I love about that too is when God is speaking to Moses, and Moses sits there and says, what he says, why me? I haven't done anything good. I you have you must have chosen the wrong person. Have we all not been there at some point in our lives where we maybe question that of maybe not, but that scene hits. And that's another thing too, is whenever you get called to do something, or whenever there are people that come into your life, or you're asking yourself questions, just understand that this was planned. This was meant to happen. Like, you were chosen. And I'm getting to it. So after he talks to God, he goes tell Sephora. Sephora doesn't even question it. She's like, okay, we're taking the kids and let's go. In the movie, they don't show that, but they had 3 kids, and she's like, let's go. All right. She didn't question him. She just knew. She's like, all right, okay, let's go. And then comes where he shows up, and he sees Ramesses for the first time. I don't know how many years that would be from then, but either way. And yeah, and he has a staff, God said, take this staff and you will do my wonders. And so that's what he does. He tries to prove, I guess, like, turns into a snake, cobra. And then that's when the song, you're playing with the big boys. Playing with the big boys. Yeah. So that was also a big part of this message, because in there you see them do actual magic. Okay, so you're seeing one side, right? So you actually are seeing light and dark. Okay, so you're seeing light and dark. Moses was light. These magicians, they were dark, right? So they were using illusions, magic illusions, okay, to make it look just like the other side, the trick. That's what I calls it, trickster illusions. Okay. And, the story goes on about the movie, if people already know, if they've already seen the movie. But it got to that point of, the whole thing of why I've been getting messages, okay? Because I'm trying to put this all in one to make it how I received it. Because like I've told people, it's I get messages sent all the time. Okay. I get messages sent, I'm not kidding, all the time. And so sometimes I'll sit there and I can sort of grab it, you know what I mean? Like sort of get it, but sometimes it takes me a little bit to figure it out. It's like I said, it's like they give me a little like little pieces and then I have to like put it together. That's how it is. And this is gonna go so hard. It's so frustrating a little bit, but mm, that's why they haven't wanted me to talk at all because this one is very important. This one is extremely important. So, okay. I've been getting many messages about my mom and this other person. Okay. And I'm like, what is happening? Why is this happening? What is going on? And now I know for the most part. There may probably be more, but so by the way, I figured out who this person was because like I said, they came by, they come by a lot. And I don't know what I was doing. I was like, I don't remember what I was doing. But I was like looking something up with me and my mom. I don't remember. I don't know. But either way, it's like he randomly goes, "Oh, I never said you couldn't look at my chart." And I was like, "Okay." It's like I just didn't want you to say anything about it. Um, and like he said, I didn't want you to say anything like on video about it. He said, because one, he said, get ready for the encore. And I was like, okay, okay. And he goes, and two, he goes, um, well, first off, two, he also wanted to be like, he said, I wanted to float. This is what he said. Because I want you to blow their fucking minds or whatever. That's what he said. And I was like, okay, what she said. But then he said, he said, the dark and other entities now know that you know not only about you, but other information that they want. He said, so it's also out of protection for me and also this other person. So I was like, okay, that makes sense. I was like, okay, so what do you mean? What do you mean about this chart? And he's like, I already gave you the answers. And I was like, damn, but you gave me, I was like, you gave me uh all of these things here. And uh they could be funny. Some like, and he's like, what did I tell you about certain things? But either way, the information that I got, he finally was relayed it enough to where I was like, okay, I'm gonna Google what I've got. And then I was just like, oh my God. And he's like, okay, hold up. I was like, I was like, I was like, is this why you sent the sign about Theo Vaughn? And he's like, yes. I'm like, why can't you just get me the fucking answer? I think they have more fun with me like searching. I don't know, but I was like, okay. It's like, this is you. Yes. Okay. This is insane. Okay. Makes sense. Okay. So I pull up a chart from what I can get, online. I'm gonna say, all I'm gonna say is, I was, I was, I got it. I got it. And I'm like, all I'm gonna say, because you don't want to talk about a chart, but I will say this. I was right about awakening. Okay. I thought my mom was the one that I thought my mom was the one that sent me, like that did all of that and was the one to like, but it wasn't. It wasn't my mom. It was him. He did that. And then he was the one that like told me to send. And so I'm just like, all right, why? What what is and I kept getting told like go to the root, go to the root. Um childhood, go to the root. And either way, that's what I was doing. I was like, okay, I'll go to the root. And then they were telling me, go to the root. Okay. Once you get to the root, take it out. I'm like, okay. And they're like, plant a new seed. I'm like, okay, plant a new seed. And then I'm like, what what are you trying to tell me here? And I just it's just so hard to explain. It's not though. It's like it's easy, but it's hard to put into words because we're in Mercury retrograde right now, which means going in internally. And when we go into retrograde, it's going in internally, right? And that's what they were showing me this whole time with Mercury retrograde. It was going in and getting to the root of what was happening. So like how they explained it to me is, and this can go for anyone, if you get angry about something or upset or sad, they said write down if someone said something, if you watch something, it doesn't matter. Write that down and then you write down like how it made you feel or why it made you feel that way. And then they said, you can date that if you want. And they said, then you try to remember the last time you felt that way. Go back to the last time. They said, write that down. They said, keep doing that until you get to the root. They said, literally to the root, like the very beginning. And they said, once you get there, they said, no matter how big or deep, so she said, the root is, they said, and doesn't matter how much it hurts to take that out. They said, but you have to take it out. They said, it's time, you have to take it out. You got to take it out. And he said, burn it, chop it up, or just fucking throw it out. He said, throw it in the garbage. Throw it in the garbage. And he said, plant a new seed. Plant whatever you want. They said, use it as a metaphor whenever you kill something and it's a ghost. So yeah, there's going to be times that it comes up like a ghost. It's there. He's like, it's not though. Because once you take the root out, put a new seed in, there's going to be times what you took out, there's going to be that ghost. It's like a ghost. There's going to be times it lingers, but you have to learn to know that it's not really there anymore. Does that make sense? Hopefully it makes sense. And that so both my mom, they were showing me that everything that I knew from a child till now was right. I said, so yeah, you were right about that. I said, but they said everything else, they said they said they wanted me to go through it, but not just that, get rid of it. And they said, all of that's also an illusion. They said, get rid of it. And they said, what you thought you knew with that wasn't what you knew or thought. And that it was all projections, what people have said, done, that made you be that way your whole life. That's what made you choose certain lovers. That's what made you choose certain friends. That's what made you choose certain or make certain decisions. Mindsets. Said that's all got to go. I'm like, okay, cool. I understand that. And by the way, while I'm talking about all of this, that's why whenever I had channeled, I was like a strong throat chakra. Because that's what runs in my family. Like, not only my family, but like, it's crazy. I didn't think that. And I was like, you know what? I was like, had I listened to this person's music before? I wonder if I have. And I think there was a song, I think hold up. I think it was like Sympathy was the song. I think it was Sympathy. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up real quick. I'm just making sure because I don't want to get it wrong. Okay, so you probably hear my brother. Yep, that's right. Okay. So yeah, I was right. And then I was listening to that song and I was literally just like breaking down, crying because it reminded me of my mom. It reminded me exactly of my mom when she was going through cancer. And it was almost like my mom was like there, like I don't know how to explain it, but I was just like, oh my God. And I was like, oh, I was like, wow, this is like such a beautiful voice. Beautiful. I'm not, I'm not beautiful. And then there was another, I only listened to another song, but I was reading the lyrics because I was interested. I don't know how you say that because I don't want to say it wrong. Really? He's talking about, I think it's his sister, but either way, he was talking about 3 years. 3 years is too long, like too quick to be gone. And it just reminded me, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, it was 3 years from when my mom got diagnosed and then she passed away. What was it? 3 years and 3 months. Damn, 3-3. Okay. Oh my God. Whoa, hold the fuck up here. Hold on. What the fuck? 3-3-3. 3 years, 3 months. February 3rd. Telling you, I did. Damn. Okay. Shit. Well, and he also talked about or saying his mom and dad lost a child. And it didn't even occur to, I've never even talked about this, but my mom and dad lost a child. Um, and this was around, I was 4, so I had been 4.5. And so it all fucking makes, like, I'm telling you, it's all okay. So my mom got pregnant with the 5th child after Josh was the 4th. So then she got pregnant and there was everything was good with this baby. There was no issues, no problems. But I think she was around 17 weeks. She could have been 20, but she was like 17, 20 weeks, so about halfway through pregnancy, right? And she goes to the doctor to get her, checkup. And then I guess the doctor was traveling or out of state or the country. I don't, and she said the nurse wouldn't say anything and was acting kind of weird. And because my mom was very, very intuitive and she would have dreams just like me where it would happen. So my mom already knew something was not right. Something was, and she already knew. But I'll never forget, you know, the doctor finally called her. I think it was like the next day or something, but the doctor called her. And all I remember is like seeing my mom sitting in the chair and like on the phone, and she's just like breaking down, crying. And I just went over there and like tried to you know, Consolidator. But it's weird. It's like I knew what had happened before she even told me. And that was really hard for my mom. My mom, if it messed my mom up for a long time. And to even to go through that whole process and then to miscarry. Oh my God. But I was just like, oh, this, this is fucking insane. This is insane. And I'm just like, what the fuck? This is fucking crazy. And it makes sense now because they kept telling me to go the route. I'd go in the, okay. And then I was finding out stuff about people dying. And it really fucked me up for a little bit. And that's when my mom was like, you weren't supposed to find that out. Because what had happened was the last time I had Saturn conjunct my midheaven was when I was 2 years old. 2 years old into 4. Okay. So what happened during that time? I saw that demon and I went to my mom and I told her, and my mom knew. My mom knew who I was. And I always thought that she was forcing religion on me or forcing us to go to church or went crazy with that. And it wasn't because of that. It was because she was just trying to protect me. And I saw it in my own way. That was not what I thought, I guess. And so it made me feel kind of bad because I thought it was always that. And it wasn't. It was just to protect me. And my mom was like, you weren't supposed to find that out. Because that's why I said on the other video, like on the live, I was like, whenever you go in or you see something like as a kid, like cookies, and they're like, oh, and they're like, oh, you weren't supposed to. That's where that came from. And I didn't register that until later on, but that's what she was saying. She's like, you weren't supposed to see that or find out. And I was like, well, what do you think I'm gonna do? But that's what happened. So she said, and this is not to like boost my ego or anything. She said, you're a lot more powerful than we thought you were. Like they knew I was, like, but they were completely not ready or aware that I was going to do that, I guess. And that's why they were like, she found stuff out she wasn't supposed to. But then that's, my mom came and told me that she's like, I don't want you feeling bad because that's what she said again. She said, we signed up for this. Remember that. She said, it doesn't matter what happened. She said, either way, they we all signed up for this. And I think it's hard because like I've said before, your soul already knows before in like until you consciously know like where you're going or what you're doing, if that makes sense. And when you look back, you start to realize you start to piece it together and you go, okay. Your soul already knows. Like your soul already knows what you're meant to do. Like your soul already knows where you're going. Your soul already, that's why when we have intuition, when we have that feeling and our gut's telling us something, that's why you listen. But that's why as well, evil and dark, they know. They'll know when you know. And so guess what they'll try to do? They'll fuck with your head. They'll fuck with your head. They'll use trauma, inner child, insecurities, weaknesses, and they will use that on you to make you feel like, nope, I'm not, that's too good to be true. No, how is that possible? Because I got this, now, that. And I want to say this too, because my mom and I did not get along very well when I was a teenager. Um, that was during a time, like I said, I was in high steppers. I was struggling. I was struggling still, even then. I'm gonna say I was very young. I was very fortunate to have my life the way that it was, even at that age, even though I had things happen and things were going on. Just like I said, to sit there and say at 14 years old that I got to perform in front of over 60,000 people, who could, who, who else who else could say that, right? Who else could say that? Not very many people. Who else can say they, and the NFL was there to film MTV? What shit? MTV was what, three times around whenever during that? Like, and is this not to like fucking ego at all? I'm just saying it just confirms everything I already knew with that. I was so young that I wasn't able to grasp what was going on and what was happening. And I wasn't able to, just wasn't able to get it. I wasn't. I was too young. And, I just, I had learned from that. So either way, my mom and I didn't get along very well. But I always knew for some reason I wanted that. Like I wanted that relationship with my mom. I always wanted that. I would look at mom and daughters all the time. And I'm like, I want that. Like, and then I'm like, well, why can't I have that? See, that's all it takes. Why can't I have that? What's stopping me? So I was like, well, I was doing it for me too because I wanted that. So I was like, well, my mom and I, we get along like my mom and I have like the fucking best relationship after we got through the harder parts, but because in the beginning there was, you know, we're like very similar, but there's things that conflict a lot with us. So like I'd sit there going, yeah, okay. But I was just like, no, I'm not going to push or try to change. It's like I'm going to love my mom for who she is and maybe ask different questions. Like I'd ask her like, hey, why? So why do you believe that? Or why do you think that? So like, kind of get different things going. And there's, like I said, just one day it just like it clicked and talked every day. She's the only person I was able to hang out for hours. Most people, I'm like, I want to be alone. Please let me be alone. Like, it's like, even with dating, like, I'm just like, okay, I enjoyed my time, but I need alone time. Like, that's it. But with my mom, it was different. It's like I really enjoyed hanging out with my mom, and I hung out with her more than I did with anyone. And it just really, it was hard. It was hard to let go of that because I fucking miss my mom, dude, all the time. I feel like because of what happened, I can't speak for this other person, but I finally got, and I'm not saying because I don't have people in my life. I don't have a lot of people. I don't have a lot of close people, but I have actually very few amount of people. But I, for the first time, was able to have a relationship like that, like someone that it was like once in a lifetime. You know what I mean? Like, you're not gonna find someone like that again. But because of that, because this is how I see it, this is what it's showing me. Whether you're alive or on the other side, when you love someone, doesn't matter if they're a parent, friend, sister, brother, whatever, they hear you, they're there, and they know, okay? They're always helping, they're always trying to assist. My mom is my mom, okay? She didn't want me, she didn't want to leave me without having someone like that in my life because even on the other side, they love you, they love us just the same. And they want to like return the favor. And they understand. And without maybe, I didn't realize, but without even realizing, we manifest things, people, places. And I didn't realize that that's what I had manifested. So I can't speak for the other person, but I don't want to, though, either way. But I'm going to say this. This whole time, these messages, I thought, with certain things, I thought, like I said, were my mom. And they weren't. This other person loved. I'm going to start crying. This other person loved this person. And that's why. Whether it's friends, partners, we all have free will, right? And I'm not doing this to push or try to make something happen quicker or faster, because I don't have a vendetta like that. I wouldn't ever want to do that for anybody and make someone feel like, yeah, it's not who I am. The only reason I say, and the only reason they were bringing this up was because I thought as well, I was wondering why I was getting in my head, I was getting these messages of, I don't see how this is going to happen because I got this, and this. And that's when it popped up when I was kind of like that when things would happen with when I was younger, or whenever things that I knew, but I would have kind of that mindset. And that was what they were also sending. They're like, that right there, you got to stop that. They said, because it is from childhood. It's how we've grown up. And it could be a little bit different, maybe in different ways, but either way, and this can go for anybody, it's literally your mindset, and it's false illusions. They said you make what you think. Like, you literally, if you think that, that's what will happen. It literally, that's this. And it sounds like, no, it can't be that easy. No, it really is. Like, they're saying that with me, this is so hard to explain. With me, I have been stuck in this karmic cycle for like lifetimes. And this is why my ancestors and spirit guide, they are fucking just they're screaming happy right now because I broke it. That's why I always felt like a curse breaker because that's because that's what it is. I broke the curse because that's what they've been doing in all of our past lives. They have fed us these illusions, how we should feel, even and that goes for friends, lovers, family, all around. The things you watch, all of it. You start actually paying attention, you'll see it. Observe, be an observer for a little bit. I promise you. But there's a weird, I don't have all the answers for that though. Like for all of that, because I only have half the puzzle piece. I'm sure you know what? I'm sure I could probably figure it out even on my own, but because I'm just like that. But what fucking fun is that? They said two is always better than one. So yeah, they're saying it's two powerful people that they have tried for many lifetimes to not come together because they know what will happen. And that's why I even brought up in the past videos too. Like I said, it's all when I said king and queen and building a kingdom, and I said I don't want somebody who's going to go off and be, do some shit and, oh, I want to be a knight. Okay, bye. You're not coming back. Fine. That it was like that. They're saying it takes time to build a kingdom. It takes time because not only that, why do you build a kingdom and like how big your kingdom is and your wall? They said because you will have that, but it's like a almost like a sacred temple, but as in like a protection because you got to protect the key, you got to have protection, but that, you also have to build. Like it takes time. And I don't know, that's just also what had popped in my head with all that. They said, well, my mom, like, she's like, my mom and I eventually had a healthy relationship. There were still things I needed to work on. Yeah, we all do. It will continue to happen. You're never going to be fully healthy. Like it's not. I tell people this all the time. Just because I sit here and talk, and you're like, wow, okay, but I'm still a human. I'm still here living the human experience. I still fucking have emotions. There's still days I'm like, damn. I get in my head. It's still it's that's why we're always learning. We're always going to be learning. People understand like it's not going to be easy. Once you actually go through healing, it's not easier. Don't think people understand that. It doesn't get easier. You're just actually more aware. That's it. But it gets easier for letting those things go, yes, but it doesn't get easier for the things that happen in life that come at you, because when you are aware and you're awake, they don't like that. The dark doesn't like that. They don't want to fuck the demons and shit. They don't like that. So guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna try to send as much shit to you because why the fuck not? Because they love that. They love fucking with your head. They love fucking with your fucking shit in your life because they want to bring you down. So, so what do you think? You got they got people that don't want to come together. Why do you think we're in the most, like I said, we're in astrological times astrologers don't understand and don't know. All we know is we've never been here before. Because what has happened is these curses and karma is now getting even and balanced. For the people who are choosing to do the work or choosing to go in that direction, right? We haven't had that opportunity in any past lives except for now. So the ones that are coming together are meant to be together. We're always meant to be together, but had shit that we had to deal with, people, places, things that kept us apart because we always signed up for this, So, yeah, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to put shit in your head. You're going to have exes coming back. You're going to have weird shit happen. I know. I have a fucking crazy ex. I already talked about this shit. I already fucking talked about this. This crazy MFer. Okay, I haven't been with this person in you're starting. He probably knows I'm talking about him because okay. Oh, makes me so mad. I haven't even been with this guy in like 10 years. Yes. Have I been there for him for when he was having really hard times, like to need someone to talk to? Yeah. But has it been anything? So I think I was talking about like a few months ago or whatever. But yeah, I was like, she stopped calling me. I don't want anything to do with like, I'm good. Bye. Like, mm-mm. And of course, it's like, oh, by the way, he was in jail. Like I said, this is the guy that chose drugs over me a long time ago. Like I've been over that and done with that a long time ago. But he decides he's gonna let me know that after he gets out of jail, he's coming by. And I was like, please don't. Please fucking don't. Oh no. Because he's okay in jail in California, by the way, and he's gonna come like he's on and the fuck he's on like what? Like I haven't talked to him. He called me from another number. Like I say, he's called me from multiple numbers. I'll block and I'll block. And then he'll call me from and I'll answer. And it's like, ugh. I'm like, stop calling me. I don't want anything to do with you. I'm done. Like, stop. And he's like, yeah, and this is another thing is just like funny about people. Like, oh, God. It's like, oh, once you get this, you know what? Oh my God. He's like, then you're going to be all for me. And I was like, please. I was like, that's it. Oh, damn. I'm missing out, I guess. Shit. I don't give a damn if you're the most hottest person or whatever rated person, best sex. I mean, yeah, but you know what? I don't I don't want that. I don't want that. What sex? Oh my God. Damn. Shit. You got me. What the fuck? No. Because it's like those people still don't get it. they still don't get it. Like, sex is just sex. If there's no emotion or depth or even just, I don't know, it's then it's not, I don't want it. I don't want it. I want, like I said, I feel like we've always known, and that's the other thing is before all the spirituality, when I would get into spirituality and do all this, I always thought we had multiple soulmates. I always thought we had multiple soulmates, and I was just like, yeah, there's people out there here and there, and but even as a child, it was like there was still this feeling or this knowing. I was like, there's got to be someone like me. There's got to be someone like me. Doesn't, but not in a way of like exactly like me. There's got to be someone like me that loves like, and it doesn't have to be exactly the way I love. It's more of the receiving, like what they give and receive. Like it's got to be like that. There's got to be someone like that. And this was even me as a little kid, like, and then I just kind of lost that passion or that spark for anything. Like I said, because life and life happens. And then it was just fucking unconscious, people fucking unconsciously waking me up or something. And I'm just like, wait, hold up. This is what it's like. And then the more that I've looked at not only myself, it's just, it, it's just proved everything I've already know. Like that there is a divine soulmate, like like divine soulmate, and that we knew about it before we got here. And that's what they say all the time. They're like, it's not going to be what you want it to be or expect it to be or how it should be. They said there's, because that's how we've been projected our whole life. We've been taught or shown or movies, TV of how it should be or what it should look like and how you should do it. And that's what they also said too. Fucking throw that shit away. They said, because it's not ever going to be what you think or how it should be, because it was all an illusion. It was all a lie. It was all illusion. And some people, unfortunately, won't wake up. Some people, they are. Hopefully, I can help more people wake up. I give a lot of people ego deaths. I'm sorry. Sorry, but not sorry. That's why a lot of people are intimidated by me, like straight up. And a lot of women are very intimidated because same thing. I see right through people. Yeah. and I bring out people's ego. I bring out everything that they need work on if they haven't worked on. Oh, it comes out without me having to do anything. That's why I said, even if I'm not even physically around people, you'll know. If I trigger someone or someone says something about me, I would pay very close attention to that. I'm not sitting there trying to assume that they're bad or whatever. I'm just saying, be very mindful, because that's the other thing too, is you may think people are for you, or that even people that you've known forever. And it is hard when you have to be honest with yourself and go, man, this person really wasn't. And that is hard. But when you let go of people like that, God, you feel more peace. Even though it is hard, it's more peaceful. And then it has more room for people that are actually meant to be with you to come in. And that's the other thing too, is the limiting and illusions that you keep having in your head. What is, one of them was, what was it? I don't know how that's going to work. I don't see how that's going to work. Well, I've got this going on. Well, I've got that going on. Well, I'm not healed enough yet. Well, I'm still hurt. I've got this, that, and the other. That right there, you're just self-sabotaging yourself. You can be honest. You really can. You can be honest and be like, okay, why am I running from this? Why am I not doing this? Why am I not going for that? Why? Why? Is it really what you're telling yourself with those things? Or is it really just because there is underlying things, but it's okay to be scared. It's okay to have fear. We're humans. I would be lying to sit there and say that I don't have those feelings or don't still fight that a lot. That's why I always said too, though, you're never going to be ready for anything that happens in life, ever, ever. And anybody that's gone through a lot of things, a lot of loss, a lot of heartache, pain, sadness, knows damn well you're never going to be ready for that. But why sit there and stay in that? Or why sit there and think that that will continue to happen in your life? Or because you don't have control. We like to think we do. We do have control over our mindset and how we react towards things and people, but we don't have control over the external of what happens. It's life. That's why we were put here, where we're here to live the human experience, but we were also here to experience both spiritual and the physical. And we were also, and I don't, I'm just going to say, when people sit there and say, well, we were born here like alone and we're going to die alone. It's like, no. What? What do you mean you were born here alone? You weren't born here alone. Fucking spirit was all the fuck. They were fucking just right here. Like they're right here. What do you think takes you to the other side? You're not fucking alone. What the fuck? Damn. I just think some people are just like, I don't care if that's judging, but there's people that just how they are. We were never meant to do life alone. Ever. When are people going to understand that? Ever. We were here to not only have our own experiences and free will and that shit, but we were here to make connections with people. Oh, you're never going to be ready. That's what they're showing me on the other side was when I was looking at the charts. That's why I said that's where I was getting the what was it, the balance? What did I write down here? Balance and home. Balance and home. So yeah, balance and home. Because I'm just assuming, but I'm just gonna say what I'm gonna say. Because one of us is it's so our strengths are each other's weaknesses, but it doesn't mean that it's a weakness. It means we both balance that and we can teach each other because there have been, so in my life, I've had, yes, I've had home issues and home things happen in the home, but I've always lived in like big homes. I've always lived in like very fortunate big homes, even though stuff around me, fucking shit was going on. But, and then that's when I realized I bring abundance and home. I bring the abundance and home, which means I'm very good with home, like making a home and doing that. Doesn't mean that everything about a home or home, like, you know what I mean? I don't know. That's what, but I've always, ever since I've had to work, I've had issues with career. I've always had issues with career. Getting like, I'm telling you, what is it? Retaliated, discriminated, harassed, even like I would get fired for no reason. None. These women would get power trips and just something about like they just did not like me. And I didn't do anything. And like I said, even with my last job, I have full on proof. I could probably, and like I said, I can work on this later, but I could take them. And this is one of the biggest healthcare companies in the United States because of what they did. But it's not because of vindictive or ego, because that's the other thing. I'm not doing it for money. The fuck? You can't pay me enough. And I don't want the money. Even though, yeah, maybe it'll be nice because then I don't have to work ever again or really. But what kind of life is that? That's boring. So I got to sit around and just fucking do nothing? The fuck? No. So they could not, I'm not, I'm not going to pay. They're not going to pay me out because it's not about the money. You know what it's about? Change. So if you want change, you got to be the change, right? So if you want change, you got to be the change. That goes for anything. But either way, there's a balance there. And then that's what they're saying is it's the mindset because there's similarities there with the thinking. But they just said it's illusion. It's all illusion. If you can understand that it's all an illusion, it's not real. It's not. It's not real. It really isn't. It's not real. I know that's some people are probably like, what the fuck? I'm serious. It's not real. It's other entities and beings and dark that try to make you believe it's real. When you can fully grasp that, done. Done. That's it. But it's more of easier. Easier when you can communicate, like actually speak, like talk to the other person, because I said it's not going to be the same because like I said, I've been through a lot of very unfortunate relationships. Like my first one, I was what, 18, 19 years old. That was physically abusive. Not only just physically abusive, mentally, emotionally, not financially. Damn, that was what the fuck? Okay, so anyways, and his mom knew about it because there was one time I was trying to tell her about, her son, and oh no, they all believed him, whatever. And one day, like I said, I think I talked about this, and it was like we were arguing. There's something he said, and I don't take shit. I'm sorry, I don't take shit. If you're gonna come at me with some shit, I'm gonna come back. I mean, what the fuck? Like, if you're gonna dish it, or what is it? No, you're gonna serve it. Either way, he was like, "Don't make me shut you up." And his mom was walking by, and she's fucking banging on the door, and she's like, "Did you just say that?" So she takes me home, but then she's like, well, what did you say to make him do like act that way? And I was like, oh fuck. Like, really? Now you're gonna put it on me? Like I was the one that did it? Whatever. But now I know that's why I've talked about a lot of my videos before this. I've taken accountability for why I attracted certain people and things because it was what I had to learn. I'm still going to always continue to have to heal and work through that. That's life. It's never gonna end. But I don't got time to lose because life is short. Life is short, and you don't even know if you're gonna fucking live tomorrow. A lot of people are so damn just, they're really confident about the fact that they're gonna be waking up tomorrow. None of us know. None of us. None of us. None of us. So do you want to live life as in, oh, because you're thinking about stuff that hasn't happened yet, or that you're making in your head, or you see what I'm trying to get here? Live today. Don't want to live with what ifs. Don't want to wait either. Spirit doesn't like that shit either. Because I'll tell you, there's a difference between what's happening within waiting. But when one person is being told to do something, and let's say you do it, and then the other person, you're like, okay, I'll just keep doing my thing, whatever. And spirit's telling this other person, hey, let's go. Come on. And you wait, or you wait longer, which that's you're right. You got free will. That's fine. Spirit could just be like, okay, no, and they bring someone else. And I'm not saying that's, I'm not saying, I'm just saying you don't want to live life with what if. I've gone through enough shit. I've had a lot of things happen in my life. But there's one thing I don't ever sit there and think what if. Ever. Ever. Kidding me? The fuck? No. Like I said, whenever I was having to leave, I mean, it was done 2020, like in 2020, but I knew what was going to happen. I knew that was the only thing I dreaded, because it was like I knew I was going to get I knew that was I knew that was going to happen. And I didn't want to deal with that. It was like, really? Damn. Well, but that's where I'm trying to teach people. It's because I didn't have enough trust or faith to believe that everything was going to be okay. Because I've always been okay no matter what, even through the fucking shittiest times of my life. And that's why I was like, damn, well, I gotta stay in my old room. But you know what? It's a room. There's a fucking bed, even though it's not really a bed, really. There's not really a mattress, but I can sleep in it. The air conditioning's out, but I got a place to stay. Okay. I'm at least grateful for that. I'm grateful for it. Like, and I'm grateful that my dad let me back home. Like, is it is it how I want it to be? No. But nothing really ever is, right? You make life how you can. Because yeah, would I want other things and I need to do other stuff? Yeah. But I gotta live today, and there's only so much I can do. So I'm not gonna stress over certain things, or put stuff in my head and worry about what could happen. What could happen? Could. Not saying that's even going to happen. That's what I'm trying to teach people. It's all about traumas, fears, doubts, hesitation, false illusions, whole life. You really just have to give it up. You really do. And you actually have to trust that everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to work out. Because it has, hasn't it? So what would make you believe that it wouldn't, or it couldn't, or it's impossible? Why? You only make it impossible because that's what you already believe. So that's what will happen. It's okay to have these, because I'm human. I say this all the time. But that's what it'll be, you know? You can learn to trust other people. You shouldn't, especially when it's friends, family, lovers, whatever. You can't expect people to just prove right off the bat. Like, prove what? They're not like they're not like the other people that you've already met. Stop putting yourself in that. Stop putting yourself in that. Stop putting yourself in a situation that you've already been in, and then you're going to redo it again. You see what I'm getting? Oh, I'm scared because I've been hurt by these people, and I don't know about. Not everyone's out to get you. Not everyone's out to fuck you over. Not everyone's out to hurt you. Do I have a reason to fucking be mad at the world? And oh fuck yeah. Oh fuck yeah. Out of all the people that have hurt me and done shit, but you know what? I've met some really fucking great ass people. I've met some really great people. Even though I don't have a lot of close people, I still know that that's real. And I still have hope. It's still having that hope and knowing that God or the universe, whatever you believe in, is going to do that for you. And not only that, the fucking spiritual realm and angels and your fucking guides and sorry guys, your ancestors and the people that you love that have passed. Do you really think that they would steer you wrong? Really? Do you think that? So, I'm on a rant tonight. I'm on a rant tonight. This is good though. I like it. I like whenever I'm in this, you know what I mean? It's all an illusion. Just understand that. Try to understand it. They're trying to help you get out of that. Not only, not only whoever I'm speaking to, this goes for fucking everyone. Your guides, angels, all of them are trying to get you out of that. Because you know what happens when you get out of that. Then you can have all this great shit come in that was meant for you, that was always meant for you. But they can't do that until you fucking get past that shit. And I'm not saying get past it into like you know, a certain level, but you have to at least understand, and you have to at least try working on it and understand that, okay, take steps every day, or at least schedule every day, sit with yourself every day, 5 minutes, whatever. And like I've said this before, is when you have something come up, and this happens to me, like I get pretty busy, and so there's times I can't like go off by myself, because like with kids you can't. So if there's something that comes up that's like makes me angry or makes me feel a certain type of way, maybe I'm triggered, whatever the fuck, I will go write it down. I usually put a time just because that's what I do, but you don't have to do that. I write it down because I will go back to that before I go to bed at the end of the night. And also I write it down because I could forget, because I sometimes I have so much stuff I can forget, and then I'll be like, oh shit. And not only that, because if you don't write down, you forget, and you don't deal with it that day, then the next time it comes up, it's going to affect you even harder than it did the last time. Till you can learn to sit your ass fucking down, sit your ass down, like seriously, sit your ass down and go in and deal with that shit. Whether that's even, like I said, 5 minutes. And maybe you can't get away from people. I don't know. 5 minutes. Go in the bathroom or some shit. Who cares? I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. Go in, cry, scream, yell, whatever the fuck you need to do to get those emotions out, or whatever it is. But you've got to actually feel. You have to feel it. You have to feel it. Because this is something else that came up, and I'm glad that this just came up so I can speak about this, is because of my childhood as well. I felt dismissed or not heard or put down. So I put a wall up, and I wouldn't express my emotions or express really. And not only that, it turned into later on, I would like feel inferior about certain emotions. So I wouldn't cry. Cause I'm like, I wouldn't want anybody to see me cry. Cause I'm like, well, that's weak. No, it's not. But mindset and what I dealt with, that's what happened. So you've got to learn. You've got to learn it's okay. And I trust me, there have been plenty of times with plenty of people I was vulnerable to, and they either use it against me or made it a joke, fucked up shit, right? But that's on them. And I can see through that of what it is and why they're being that way. Does it make it easier? No. It just makes me like, okay, now I know not to. Now I know to be danger, not gonna do that again. But that shouldn't happen, right? So if anybody wants to do that, you just say, that's what I would say. Just because I'm nice and I'm of love and light and shit does not mean that I didn't make best friends with my dark and my shadow shit. Oh, I fucking best friends. Don't think I won't fuck some shit up if I have to. I'm not, I'm an angel, holy, holier than thou. No, I'm realistic. That's what I am. Full on real. I am a true, but I don't think I think people do, but I only speak truth. What do you think happens if I don't? if you don't know me very well, this is what happens if I don't speak the truth. And this has been my whole life. This is why I figured out pretty early that I was meant to speak truth, because anytime I lied or, just didn't tell the truth, instant karma, instant. And that would immediately come up. Like anything I lied about or like told, you know, whatever it was, I'm trying to think of something like shit. If I stole some money from like my dad or something, like like when I was a kid, it was like I would lie because of course, like you're a kid. And I'm like, I don't want to get in trouble. So I'm like, no, I didn't do this. No, I didn't do that. But immediately it's like something came up that would like the money or something be like in my room. I don't remember what the fuck, but it's like that. Okay. I can't like I'm unable to. Can I tell white lies? Yeah, we all do. Okay. But when it comes to like serious shit or just like I can't. I am not allowed to do that. I'm not allowed. In this life, I'm not allowed. So yeah, kind of sucks. I'm just no, it's just so. And I was also thinking this, yeah, like today, before I did this video, like before I came up here, I was listening to a song and I was like, I've heard this song many fucking times, but I was listening to it and I was like, whoa, wait, what? And then I was like, hold the fuck up. When an artist writes a song, they're writing about like a past experience. I mean, maybe most artists do that. Maybe they're writing about future, but I don't, maybe they do. But most of the times, like when they're singing, it's about things that happened to them in their life. You know what I mean? So I was like, but what if, I was like, what if also they were writing about the future? Does that make sense? Because what it, we put out actually happens. Yes, something happened that you wrote about and sing about or wrote about, whatever. But what if it's actually happening and manifesting in a different way in the future? Which means it is, that is right then. It means what they do say about the Matrix, that once they know that you know, that you can do whatever you want. You know what I mean? Like that it really is just a fucking game. It really is a fucking game. I know people say this, like spiritual people say this, but it wasn't until I don't know why I was listening to this song. I was like, well, wait, they're singing about this from a past tense, but this is makes sense in now the today future. It's like, wait, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, okay, it is all an illusion. All of it. I mean, we're real, but it really is just a game. And once you're aware of that, like completely, damn, damn. Like when you realize all that shit that you would get sad or upset or all of that, like, didn't really even matter. I mean, it does. It made you who you are. But then you realize, holy shit, I can make my life this. I could do that. I could, yeah. The only person that's stopping you is you. It legit, that's what it is. You are stopping yourself from having the life or the relationship or the whatever it is. Whatever it is, you're stopping that. You're blocking that because we've all been lied to. We've all been lied to. We've all been fed projected bullshit our whole lives. Whole fucking lives. All of it. How a woman should be, how a man should be, what success is, what failure is, what religion, how everything should be, how spirituality should be, how what you should wear, how you should act, how you should talk, like how you should do relationships or love, like how the person you should be, how it needs to match up with with what other people want. Like it's all a lie. It's all a lie. That's why I said throw it the fuck away. Like once you learn to throw it the fuck away, like and start living what you want, not what anyone else wants. Not what anyone else wants, because it is hard for people that have like abandonment issues. Oh fuck. Because all we wanted was to feel loved. All we wanted was love because we gave everybody else love. But it was just everybody else was just like fucked on us, you know what I mean? Fuck those motherfuckers. Either way, that's all we wanted, right? Until we learned to love ourselves and then we realized, oh fuck. But not only that, it just some crazy shit, dude. I don't know. I've had my epiphany breakthrough. But I already knew this. I was, that's what they were trying to show me this whole time. And on the other side, he was trying to show me because he's like, I was getting hit hard. By the way, I was getting hit fucking hard. That's what she said. That's oh God. So yeah, I'm not kidding though. I was kidding. I was kidding. I was getting hit hard. And I was like, damn, what the fuck? And so it just I was getting more stuff, but I was like, why is this happening? Why am I getting these thoughts and messages, but I'm getting all these other signs? I was like, what the fuck? They're so patient with me on the other side. I mean, I'm pretty fucking patient, but they're so fucking patient. They're like, They're just like patting me on the back. Like, it's gonna be okay. You're gonna make it. But I and that's what that's what he was saying. It's like that's why too they said get ready, and they told me that's when I was like spiritual warfare, and they were just like war, and I was hearing sirens, and not only that, it was like what they showed me is like a picture, like it's a picture, and there's like rows of warriors, like and like armor armor and they're like, these are all the people who have fought for you and who are fighting for you right now. Somehow we share like similar ancestors, but not in the same it's hard to explain. But there's like they work together, but they're not together. I don't know. That's the only way that I can describe it. That they've told me. So I'm like, okay. They said that that's what they're doing. And they said, imagine that what you're feeling right now with the illusions and shit going on. He said, imagine what's going down below. Because we're above, below. He said, it's the same thing. He said, but we're fighting those demons and entities from getting to you guys. So that's what and this goes for everyone. This is everyone right now, not just one specific person. Just with what's happening right now, there really is a spiritual warfare right now. And that's what they're saying. They're saying here, it's all in the mind for us, like in the mind. But it's not only that, there are actually physical things that are happening. Like for some people, like for me, like that's happening. But that's what they're showing. They said, imagine what it's like over here. They said, we're fucking busy. They said, we're not just chilling. They said, we're fucking doing shit. People can believe that or not. I don't really give a damn if you do or not. You want to take it, it's fine. And plus I don't have like, why would I, you know, be sitting here just rambling or just like, I love whenever people think I'm like a witch. I do spells or something. I'm too powerful to even have to do that, by the way. Don't have to do that. I can literally just manifest it myself. Oh yeah, and that's another thing. That was another thing that I forgot to mention was I said, because there's with who I am, I was like, well, how do people know who I was? And I didn't, because that made me feel kind of bad. I was like, why the fuck? He said, because they used magic on you, illusions. What's going on now? That's what they do. And they said, not only that, they said, this is how they gave it to me. They said, whenever you would meet someone or like just like getting to know someone, or you would have this like feeling of like seeing their potential. Like you knew there was something about this person, but let's say they weren't doing it, by the way. You could see someone's potential. They said that. I said, what do you mean? I said, that. I said, imagine you could see it or feel it. I said, so what do you think other people and entities could see with you? Said, if you are more powerful and of light, imagine if you could feel that just about other people that weren't doing that, by the way. Imagine all of the people, like, that's how they knew. Said, because they made you not think that. They put magic on you, they put illusions on, because they made you think it wasn't you. That's why you were always searching for you, because they tricked you to make you think that you didn't have that. So you needed that person or whatever it was to get that. And I said, that's the illusion. That's how they got you. I was like, motherfucker, you, what the fuck? And lovers, friends, family, people around you all know. They all knew. And if you don't know yet, like who, you'll know. Like you should know. At this point, you damn well should know. If you don't, just ask. Shit, you know what? Like I said, just play me around people. Just play me the fuck around people, and they'll tell on themselves. Dead ass, like dead ass serious. They'll get triggered, or they'll have some words to say. That's all right. I don't give a damn. I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks about me. I really don't. But that's how they knew, though. That's how they knew. And that's why they said, this is, yeah. So this is why it's been like just getting all of this shit together. Because I'm like, oh my God, this is just like, they have over fucking loaded me the last 2 weeks. Just, and it has just been pretty insane. And, but also fucking awesome. I think it's fucking awesome now that I know all this shit, but some people learned it a lot quicker than I did. That's fine. I'm just glad I fucking know now. Like, shit. Either way, that's why they said there's a difference. They said there's a difference with twin flames, karmics, and soulmate. They said twin flames is like, twin flames is like, it's like this passionate. There's just like passionate, I'm gonna just say it, sex, like just, and you're like, you've never felt that way with anyone. And then there's like a story that lines up, so it's like there's a lot that lines up with that person. So then you're like, oh yeah, like, yeah, you know what I mean? That's the only way I can put it. And then they're always the runner and the chaser. There's always a runner and chaser, and then it can flip. So that's how you know it's a twin flame. And it's not healthy. And twin flames were never meant to stay together. They just never were. Unless you both were doing the work the whole time. But never meant to stay together. Karmic relationships. Karmic is past lives. It's karmic. And they say too, with karmic, they can say karmic soulmate. That doesn't mean it's a karmic and bad relationship. You have a karmic relationship. It's someone you've already done shit with in the past life. You guys have been, that's why there's always that familiar, it's familiar. And that's the person that mirrors you. It's the person that mirrors you. And it doesn't have to be exactly mirroring. Why is my nose itchy now? It doesn't have to be exactly mirroring the same things. But you'll notice they are like you in a weird way. But in different forms, like different areas, if that makes sense. And it's not healthy, usually, unless both people are doing the work. So if one person is healing or has healed, then that karmic, whether masculine, feminine, will try to assist the other one to move forward. Most of the time, that doesn't happen. In this life, though, we had a special opportunity. I'm just going to say, we had a special opportunity in this life, especially with karmic relationships that I've been cycling the last fucking however long, a long time, okay? They had the opportunity to heal and to grow with the other karmic. If they did not do that, done. And spirit already knew. Spirit was watching. They see everything. So they already saw. That's what was happening in 2020, by the way. 2020. That's what was going on. When the start of it, that was what was going on. So if they weren't doing the work, bye. Bye-bye. And some people, I'm just going to say, they'll decide to stay with their karmic, but then they're going to, they're going to be stuck and be pulled down, and maybe they're going to have to deal with that person's karma. Going to suck. Same thing with an ex. If you go back to an ex, same fucking thing. Same thing. You're going to go around in the same cycle. For how many years was that? 18 years. 18 years. 18 fucking years. That's like having a child. 18 years. So really, I'm trying to give this to people to understand, like, you have free will. That's fine. You have free will. You can choose. I'm not doing 18 years of fucking, fuck that. You kidding me? I've already gone through fucking 18 years of fucking shit just to get here. Like, to finally get, what the fuck? Hell no. I'm not going to hold someone's karma and burdens. I've already done my fucking work. I've already done my shit. Fuck that. But this is what I'm telling people. And this is also the time exes come back, things happen because it is a test. And also because these people that didn't do the work, that have done you wrong, now have to suffer karma. If you take them back, or you allow them in your life, you're basically giving them the okay of not getting their karma. And then they'll try to put it on you. But what do I know, right? So, damn. I warned people. I warned people. I even warned people in my life for a while about what was happening and what was going on. Well, but since it's such a special lifetime, the ones that did the work and then didn't, and their karmic didn't, now get to experience divine soulmate, actually get to experience that, because we're worth it. We deserve it. And we do deserve the love that we give, just like we deserve to be loved. And it is hard to see people go through karma or go through hard times, especially whenever you have a big heart and you care. But this is a time to just send them love and light, and that's it. And that's hard, especially whenever you go through abandonment fucking issues. It's like, for me, I'm like, oh, I really want to help, but I can't. They had their opportunity. And you know what? Maybe when they're done, maybe there can be like a friendship or something, but that's gonna be years of karma. Years. So yeah. That's why it's you're seeing all this shit. That's what's happening. That's why I wanted to come on here too, because I wanted to tell people, break through those illusions. Because that's what they are. That's all it is. And then you got to look at it too. Whenever you have something that comes in your life that's good for you, or that they're, spirit's trying to send or whatever, you do. And if you pay attention, you'll notice old people coming back in, whether that's old family, friends. And then you start seeing like distractions come in. Just be mindful. Be mindful. And like I said, start writing. Like for me, I've started writing fucking shit down. So I'll write stuff down. I'm very observant right now. Like and I'm very hermit mode because I've had so much shit come in. So I sit with myself and I pretty much am with spirit most of the time. And then I'm doing my earthly duties and things. But the other thing they told me too was they do want us to go outside more. It's hard here in Oklahoma because it's hot as fuck. It's still hot as fuck. God, I just, I don't like the fucking humidity. Freaking, I don't like it. I don't like humidity. I don't. Like it just makes my hair go, you know. It's actually pretty nice right now. It's like 69. Stop doing that to me, Spirit. God. They they got me on that one. It's ridiculous. So yeah, even like next week, it's gonna be in like fucking 91. God, this is stupid. Anyways, they said go outside more. I know it may be busy, like for a lot of people, you're busy. They said, go to a park. Go to a park. If you're traveling, if you're like I said, busy, it just said they said go to a park. They said you can like look before you go. They said look before you go. Said instead of sitting always inside, like go to a park. They said that helps with inner child. It's like back whenever I was a kid, I mean, even though it wasn't that long ago, I'm not that old, like we didn't have phones and all what the kids have now. And shit, I was outside all the fucking time. I was doing whatever. I mean, I was outside most of the time. But that's what they said. They said, don't, I mean, you can take your phone with you, but like turn that shit off. Like actually be in nature because there's also grounding and healing that comes in nature. Um, you can bring friends. I don't know why there's like this feeling of maybe some kind of discontentment or something. What? Hash it out. Something with a friend, maybe? I don't know. Someone's having like issues with a friend. Some of them with a friend, maybe with multiple friends, but make a friend. Hash that shit out. However the fuck you need to do it. I'll tell you this. Me and Nicole, whenever I went to go live with her, I love Nicole, but we can get on each other's nerves, okay? I've known Nicole for 20, over 20 years. I don't, shit, long time. She knew how to push my buttons, and I knew how to do it with her, okay? We knew what we were doing. But there was also this one girl that she was friends with that I didn't like, but I was like, you know what? You like her. I'm not going to tell you to be friends with her or not be friends with her. I said, so I was like, I'm just telling you, I got a bad feeling about her, but whatever. I'll try to get to know her, whatever. So I did. And oh, yeah, well, guess what? Right again. And, she would talk shit about Nicole to me, talk shit about me to Nicole. I already knew this. Like, I already knew what was going on. I knew what she was doing. Um, but there was a day where me and Nicole were like upstairs wrestling, and she like throws a punch in. I'm like, because we were just playing, we were just fucking playing, okay? She throws a fucking punch in, okay? I'm like, I thought we were playing here. So I was like, all right. So what do you think I do? Hit her back. The next thing you know it, we're, you know, actually fighting. And then her mom comes running upstairs and breaks us apart. And then we like fucking talk it out. And then we find out it was some stupid fucking bullshit, petty shit. Could have just been like, we could have just sat down and talked about it. But no, no, no. So I don't know why. I don't know why I need to say that. But somebody who needs to hash something out with someone, just fucking do it. Like, just sit down and talk to them. Like, yeah. But go, go to park. There's actually some parks that actually are what is it? Mm, what? Like more exclusive. They're not like as open. So that, I mean, that maybe that's why they're telling me to like look before. So like you can maybe check a few parks out or something. But there's one here that's in my dad's neighborhood. It is, I love it because it's pretty much almost like a private park, and hardly anybody's there ever. Even whenever I was a teenager, I would go out there at like 3 in the morning. Yes, by myself. And I just sit on the swings and swing and stuff, and just like be a kid, like not worrying about any, like it helps. So maybe that might help someone. So yeah. And then I did have a few songs to look up for whoever wants to look them up. Here, I've talked about Crooked X before. Crooked X is here, let me show you. I've talked about this though. Here we go. Let me hold up. Crooked X. Ew. Here, I'm gonna share this real quick. Okay. Share. Crooked X. So by the way, Crooked X, hard rock band from Coweta, Oklahoma, consisting of members Kevin Curry. So Jess Cooper was the guitarist. Boomer Simpson was the drums. It wasn't Brad Johnson, by the way. His name was Josh. I want to say Josh McDonald, but his name was Josh. And then Forrest French was the lead singer. So they were signed by Doc McGee. He ended back in, yep. So years after 2007, 2011. But I was watching them way before 2007, 11. So okay, this is a crazy story. I think I've told this before, but I met a girl in my English class my freshman year. So I was 14. Oh no, I was 13. I was 13, maybe turned 13 or 14, but I think it was 13. But either way, I meet her, we become friends, and she's like, what kind of music you into? And I told her I was into like 80s music, rock, and all that. And she's like, she's like, oh, that's really cool. Like, I watch this band called Crooked X, and they're really awesome. She's like, you should come by and watch them sometime. And I was like, yeah. That sounds fucking awesome. First time I saw them, I think they were like So if I was 14, they were like 12. They were 11, 12 years old. 11, 12 years old. I remember watching them and I was like, these guys are going somewhere. Like, they're going somewhere. And so every show they played, I would go with um with the girls, and yeah, so with every weekend go to the show. Didn't matter where it was. That's back still when they had D-Fest here in Tulsa. And yeah, their songs came up to like for me to send out. So that's why and it's just crazy. I lived in Broken Arrow, Tulsa, most of my life, but it's crazy. I was like pulling out Cricket X, and I was like, it's funny. It's Coweta. Now I live in Coweta. Well, off and on now from Coweta, but yeah. So yeah, I had a living room live on the CBS morning TV show, the early show. Yeah, I think they played with Kiss, Motley Crue, and Bon Jovi, who signed Cricket X to their band management company. Yeah. Yeah, I went and saw the Ted Nugent concert with them. That was fucking awesome. Two songs on. I didn't know that on Jimmy Kimmel Live. I should. Yeah, they also had the band gave heavy attention by having their songs featured in the music video game Rock Band. So yeah, Nightmare. So I'm sure if people remember, that was like a huge game back in the day. Like I'm sure maybe Gen Z's don't know that, but either way, that's when they really started getting up there. And yeah, so this is EMI America. I don't know any of these things. So uh, Los Angeles, California. Interesting. So is Los Angeles, California. Hmm. Yeah, so they have, where did my pen go? Oh, there it is. They have, like I said, they have Nightmare. You can listen to that. I would listen it on YouTube because they only have like Gone. They only have Gone on Spotify. So you can listen to Nightmare if you would like. That may resonate with someone. I also, like I said, Gone, and then Rock and Roll Dream. I'm writing down. So it may resonate. It may resonate with someone. They have like an acoustic version of Gone. I feel like kind of scared to play it because I know Facebook. They'd be like, "You're playing the song." Yeah, but it goes. I see your eyes. I see a change running through you. You can't deny, you let the pain just consume you. I'm taking no blame, I'm feeling the same. I feel okay if my friends have gone away from me. I've got no shame. If I look and no one's there for me. See, it's playing music. But yeah, that's how it goes. So, go listen to the song. It's fucking great. Fucking love it. I just it sucks that they were no longer banned, but it's just yeah, it's one of those things where that also has something to do. There's like, oh, that's a sign. I'm like, okay, well, I don't know what that means, but okay. So I do want to pull up something, one more thing before I get out of here because I've been talking on here a while. I'm gonna pull up Caroline's Spine. I see your eyes. I see a change. Oh, whoops. How do I do this? Okay. I should know how to do this by now, but here we are. Caroline Spine. Okay. Caroline Spine, alternative rock. What's funny is based in Phoenix. And guess where I moved? Like Phoenix for uh okay. Wait. That's crazy. I don't know if they're telling me I'm gonna be like living in Los Angeles or California. Hey, I'm I'm down. Okay. So yeah, they had record deal with Hollywood Records. Okay, yeah, so they played with Aerosmith, Kiss. Yeah, I don't know if people have heard the song Sullivan, but that's a famous song. That's a pretty well-known song. It was played on the radio. If not, you can also listen to that. Um, one of my favorites is Monsoon. Actually, I love a lot of their fucking songs, but Scott Jones is my cousin. Well, he would be my second cousin, but I call my cousins cousins. So like, because he's, my dad is like their cousin, like first cousin. Um, so yeah, musicians and music have been in my family, which that's what they were also telling me. Like, they're like, you said you weren't a writer or a good writer. They're like, you are a writer. Like, you can be a writer. Like, okay. Okay. So they told me like, shit, you just fucking once again illusions. You fucking tell yourself. So, uh, what do we got here? Stop pulling that up. Yep. So Mark was the guitarist. One of the best unsigned band, 1994. Yep, look that. To make ends meet, they sold all their furniture and went on the road with Jason Gallardi from Los Angeles. I didn't know that. I knew that they all went to college because Scott told me that his dad would only allow him to be in the band if he went to college. So they actually all have a college degree because they wanted to play that bad. They wanted to be playing. And at that time, they all had to go. I do know that. So if nobody knew that, now you know. I was like, damn. Well, that's cool. I mean, it sucks that your own dad would be like that, but uh so that was another sign right there. Like, damn, what the I don't know if people know this too. Like Jason's mom, Jason, his mom is Annette Funicello. I don't know if people knew that, but like Disney, the Disney Club or Mickey Mouse Club. Yeah, the Mickey Mouse Club. So I'm just reading. You don't have to read any of this shit. I'm just reading it because I'm seeing if there's anything I need. I'm like, that is gonna pop out to me or not. Okay, yeah, I just said that. Like, so it was recent a decade passing since Jimmy and Mark were in the college band together. They were in a college band? What the fuck? Damn. Y'all are fucking keeping me out of the loop here. Damn it. Okay, yeah, new signs. New class. So yeah, um, yeah, they also had that song in what's that movie? Oh fuck, what's that movie called? It's like a well-known movie. God damn it. What is that movie called? Fuck. Damn it. What is that fucking movie called? Oh my God. What the fuck is that movie called? It's like right there. Damn it. Oh, it probably was up here and I just skipped it, didn't I? Well, what the fuck? Okay, hold on. Now I gotta read it. Iceberg. No, it was also played in a movie. Hold on. Now I gotta Caroline Spine. Movie. That's funny. What the fuck is that movie called? Damn it. Varsity Blues. I knew it was Blue something that's Varsity Blues. Yeah, the movie Varsity Blues. They had Caroline Spine was at the end of credits for that movie. People didn't know that. Now you do. Okay, cool. And then I did want to look up Rock and Roll Dream. So Crooked X Rock and Roll Dream date. I want to know when the date was out for that. 2009, 2008, 2008. 2008 was the year when I moved out. Lived with Nicole. I don't know why I'm getting this. 2008. And it says it right there, rock and roll dream. Someone had a dream about being in a band. I wonder if it was if for them if it was in 2008 or if 2008 is significant. It's got to be. It's got to be because it's split. It's got to be. Damn. I, I don't know. Like this is what I'm saying is they send me this stuff and then I gotta like put the puzzle pieces together. So I still don't really have the full message yet on that because somehow that is they said is a sign or is something that is that. So, but it's crazy because that was formed Caroline Spine, so that was formed here in it said Phoenix, but Jimmy, this lead singer, was from Phoenix, but Jason was also in Los Angeles. Scott Jones is here in Tulsa. My ears ringing. Uh, mm. And then Crooked X was Quita. I've lived in Phoenix, so moved here in Tulsa. We lived here in Tulsa. I was born here in Tulsa. We moved to Phoenix, lived in Phoenix for however many years. Moved here in 2005. Back here in 2005, and then I moved to Quita. Well, well, we shall see. So, I mean, from what I'm putting that together is they're telling me Los Angeles would be the significant something significant about that. So interesting. Anyways, I've been babbling on. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I honestly did. I really fucking enjoy this because I'm able to like get it, you know. I feel good. I really do. I'm excited. Like I'm ready. I have a lot going on right now in my life, like that is not really fun to deal with. But you know what? That's not going to stop me from what's out there for me and what's for me and what's meant to be for me or whatever. I've gone through enough shit, done the work. So, yeah. Anyways, thank you guys so much for if you even got through this whole thing. That's fucking crazy. But thank you. I really do appreciate every single one of you guys. I honestly appreciate literally anybody who sends me a message and sends me actually like more than just hey or you know. I know people sometimes they don't know what to say, but I just I'm so thankful for the people that do see me for me and that are also like supporting me and help like giving me advice and helping me as well. Like just because I do that doesn't mean that I don't need that from other people. So, but either way, I'm extremely grateful, literally grateful for everything and all you guys and anyone that I can help or inspire, change a different outlook or perspective or bring something. I'm just like, I'm just grateful. I really am. And I honestly love doing this. I love doing it. I love being able to be myself. Literally. That's all I'm doing. I'm being myself. I love to be able to do that. And I'm just ready to really see how far I can go and like what God and Spirit has for me, really, honestly. It's, you know, I'm excited and ready to go. So thank you again. I love you guys. Really, truly do. I love you guys. I know that right now is maybe a difficult time for a lot of people, but please understand and hopefully take what I said and know that it's always been in you. It's always been you, that you are worthy. You are worthy. Yeah, you are worthy. You've always been worthy. You didn't need anyone to tell you that or anybody to make you feel like you weren't. I like to tell and I like to be able to give that love and compassion and support, truly. So thank you. Thank you so much. Truly, honestly, really. Thank you. Love you guys. Have a great night. See ya on the other side.